to know what's worth fighting for.
Let's have a look at our 7-day forecast. It looks like it's going to be sunny all week. A rare snowstorm in Macomb, Alabama, as well as a disaster. Here's to our field reporter, Harper Lee, for more information. Take it away, Harper.
Across the universe.
Welcome to Channel 10 Evening News. My name is Harper Lee. Today our top story is about a killing in Macomb tonight. Tom Robinson was convicted of raping Mayella Yule. Here's a quick look at the trial. Sarah, if you want to keep your job, move the microphone.
You're pretty good at busting up shift robes and kindling with one hand, aren't you?
Yes, so. I reckon so.
Strong enough to choke the breath out of a woman and sling her to the floor?
I've never done that, so.
But you're strong enough to.
I reckon so, sir.
Had your eye on her a long time, hadn't you, boy?
No, sir, I never looked at her.
Then you're mighty polite to do all that chopping and hauling for her, weren't you, boy?
I was just trying to help her out, sir.
That was mighty generous of you. You had chores at home after your regular work, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you do them instead of Miss Ewell's?
I done them both, sir.
You must have been pretty busy. Why? Why were you so anxious to do that woman's chores?
It looked like she didn't have nobody to help her, like I said.
With Mr. Ewell and 7 children around the place?
Well, I says it looked like they never helped her none.
You did all this chopping and work from the sheer goodness, boy.
Tried to help her, like I says.
You're a mighty good fellow, it seems, and did all this for not one penny.
Yes, sir. I felt right sorry for her. She seemed to try more than the rest of them.
You felt sorry for her? You felt sorry for her?
Here is the courthouse where the trial of Tom Robinson took place. Macomb is a small, quiet town, but yesterday it had a huge shock. Tom Robinson, a man convicted for rape, was shot. He was convicted by Mr. Horace Gilmore, the prosecutor, and defended by Atticus Finch. This is the house and residence of Mr. Gilmore. Hello, Mr. Gilmore. Would you please tell us how you were involved with the death of Tom Robinson?
I was the prosecutor during his trial, the one who got him locked up for raping Mayella Ewell.
I see. And how did you hear about his death?
Like most, I suppose, through Miss Stephanie Crawford. She spreads gossip like a forest fire.
Very well. Do you think he should have been killed, Mr. Gilmore?
Right, he did. Typical of a to cut and run. Typical of a mentality to have no plan, no thought for the future. Just run blind first chance he saw.
Does most of Macomb see Tom's death this way?
To Macomb, Tom's death was typical. There are those few, though, who are on their own planet with the way that they're thinking.
What do you mean?
Mr. B.B. Underwood was at his most bitter. Tom's death was in the town's paper, and it was Mr. Underwood who wanted to make himself a fool in his paper. That was his business.
Thank you, Mr. Gilmore. And now to Atticus, the defending lawyer of Tom Robinson. Hello, and thank you for joining us, Mr. Finch.
Hello, Miss Lee.
Do you think you could tell us what happened?
They shot him. He was running. It was during their exercise period. They said he just broke into a blind, raving charge at the fence and started climbing over. Right in front of the guards. The guards called him to stop. They just fired a few shots in the air, then to kill. They got him just as he went over the fence. They said if he'd had 2 good arms, he would have made it. He was moving that fast. There were 17 bullet holes in him.
Wow, that's quite a lot of bullet holes. According to Mr. Finch, Tom was climbing the fence and just about made it over, with one hand. Does that show he's strong enough to rape a woman with one hand? Here now is the Finch residence, home of Atticus Finch, the defending lawyer of Tom Robinson. Here now is the Ewell residence, home of Bob and Mayella Ewell, the victim and witness of the scene. As you can see, the window of the crime scene is taped, where Bob Ewell supposedly saw Tom Robinson raping his child. With us now, we have Mr. Ewell, the father of the victim, Mayella Ewell. Hello, Mr. Ewell. Thank you for coming today.
Well, I'm glad to be here to reveal the truth to y'all.
Well, can you tell us your side of the story?
My side's the only side of the story. Well, the night of November 21, I was coming in from the woods with a load of kindling. And just as I got to the fence, I heard Mayella screaming like a stuck hog inside the house.
Can you maybe recollect around what time this happened, Mr. Ewell?
It was just before sundown. Well, as I was saying, Mayella was screaming fit to beat Jesus.
Yes, she was screaming?
Well, Mayella was raising this holy racket. So I dropped my load and I ran as fast as I could, but I run into the fence there, see? But when I got distangled, I run up to the window and I seen Tom Robinson. I seen that black yonder running on my Mayella.
You say you were at the window?
Yes, sir.
How far was it from the ground?
About 3 feet.
So you had a clear view of the room.
Yes, sir.
How did the room look?
Well, it was all slung about like there was a fight.
What did you do when you saw the defendant?
Well, I run around the house to get in, but he run out just front door, just ahead of me. I saw who he was all right. I was too distracted about Mayella to run after him. I run in the house. She was lying on the floor squalling.
Then what did you do?
Why, I ran for tape quick as I could. I knowed who it was all right. He passed this house every day. He lived in that. He passed my house every day. I asked this county for 15 years to clean out that nest down yonder. They're dangerous to live around. Side to all my property.
I see. Thank you. How did you feel about Atticus Finch defending that darky?
Mr. Atticus Finch is white trash. I stopped him on the corner by the post office, spat in his face I did, and told him I'd get him if it took the rest of my life.
Thank you, Mr. Hugo, for sharing your thoughts about November 21st. If you just tuned in, here's a brief overview of the Maycomb Tom Robinson trial. Tom Robinson, a Negro from Maycomb, Alabama, was tried for the accusation of rape against Mayella Ewell. He was sent to prison. While he was there, he decided to try and make a break for it. What was going through his head? All over Maycomb, people had reactions, and we have them here on TKAM.
My name is Harper Lee, and we are recording on a beautiful day in Maycomb. We are reporting about the death of Tom Robinson.
Did you say Tom Robinson's death?
Why, yes, I did, Miss Stephanie Crawford.
Hi, Miss Lee.
Hello.
I would just like to say I was one of the first to hear of Tom Robinson's death. But I wasn't selfish. I let the whole town of Maycomb know.
Okay, then, when you heard Miss Crawford, what went through your head?
What went through my head?
Yes.
Well, Miss Lee, I was just shocked. Absolutely shocked. Really, that man had no brains. No brains. First, during his trial, he said he felt sorry for her. Then he tried to escape jail with all those guards around. That man is a psycho.
It's really such a shame. Now, Miss Crawford, what do you think about the gossip that goes on in Maycomb?
The gossip? Yeah. Well, Miss Lee, there's tons of gossip. Everyone's just talking and talking and talking. But I'm the one to know about the truth. So I let everybody know.
You're the go-to girl in Maycomb?
Go-to girl.
Well, it was very nice chatting with you.
You too, Miss Lee.
I had an exclusive opportunity to get an interview with Miss Stephanie Crawford, a Maycomb citizen.
Here is the home of Miss Stephanie Crawford, a Maycomb citizen that we had the good luck to chat with.
Here with us now, we have Mayella Ewell, the victim of the rape. Mayella, I know it's difficult, but can you tell us exactly what happened that day?
Well, Miss Lee, I was sitting there on the porch, and Tom Robinson, that is, came walking past the house.
I know this is hard, but please try to explain.
Well, there was this old chip rope in the yard. Papa had brought it in to chop up for kindling. Papa told me to do the job, but I was too tired, ma'am. I didn't have the strength.
I understand, Mayella.
So I told him, come here and chop up this here chip rope for me.
That makes a lot of sense, miss.
When I went to get him the nickel for it, before I knew it, he was on me.
I'm so sorry, Mayella.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next question, please. Do you care for the red geraniums on your property?
Yes, I do. They take my mind away from it all. It kind of makes the house look nicer.
Yes, they are quite lovely, Mayella. I'm sorry to ask, but how are you handling this emotionally?
It's very tough, ma'am. It's all I can think about lately. I can't get it off my mind.
Now, do you really think Tom Robinson got what he deserved?
What kind of question is this? That man took advantage of me, and he's beyond getting away with it. He's gotta die. It doesn't matter how it happened.
May I ask what you think of Mr. Atticus Finch?
That man is a liar. He done tricked my daddy into showing everyone he's left-handed. He doesn't know the truth, and that man deserves a spit in the face by my daddy.
Very emotional story. Thank you for being with us, Mayella.
This here's my red geraniums. Not blooming now because of what happened.
This concludes our special on the death of Tom Robinson here on TKAM. There's been many emotions toyed with, people injured, but most of all, a Negro was brought to justice and brought to his death. Our news team covered the entire special, and I thank them for helping me out with this story. This has been TKAM, and thank you for watching.
Wow, that was pretty crazy. And now for sports, right here in Macomb. The Negro teams are infuriated and are refusing to play because of the controversy over the Tom Robinson case. Back in Dallas, the Rangers